What better way to kick off summer than doing a video about the fire element itself? So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 things that you may or may not know about this element. Sit tight. Welcome back to another video. My name is Jen Palco. Appreciate you being here today because today we're going to talk about none other than fire and the fire element and 5 things you may or may not know about it. This is a fun element, okay? And it's associated with summer, which we are practically in right now, summer solstice coming up. So as you can see, if you're not familiar with the 5 elements, fire, earth, metal, water, wood, I talk about them in a lot of my other videos. If you want to check some of those out, I'll put links below. But basically they're an ancient system of understanding nature and the world around us, but also understanding ourselves as we have all of these elements within us. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, I suggest you check out some of my other videos because it can go in depth. But just to give you kind of a brief overview of it all, okay, we have 5 elements out in nature: fire, earth, metal, water, wood. Each are associated with with summer, late summer, autumn, winter, spring, so a season, right? There are other associations with it also. When I say that we have all the elements within us, there's certain personality traits or certain symptoms that may manifest within us depending on which of these elements are stronger within us. Like I said, we have all 5, but some come out more than others, and some are more constitutionally are just stronger than others, and others may be weaker within us. But I won't get too far into that because I want to focus on the fire element today, okay? So number 1, fire has to do with summer, okay? Summer, we have yin yang. Summer is the most yang. It's full of vibrancy. It's full of expansiveness, okay? It's up here, okay? It's all the way at the top. Whereas the opposite, water, has to do with winter. It's about retreating, going within. It's the most yin, okay? So fire has to do with spontaneity, playfulness, passion. The fire within us, like I said, we have all within us. You may not have a strong fire within you, but you will see it come out in certain times where you're laughing, you're feeling more playful and creative in your life. For me, it's making videos because I'm not, even though I can be fiery in my videos, I'm not like that on a day-to-day basis. So making videos, it's self-therapeutic. It brings that out of me, okay? So there's healthy things that you can do to bring more of your fire out and really, really embrace the playfulness and the loveliness of fire, because it's about joy. It's about all those things in life that just make us smile, okay? And that goes into number 2. Fire is associated with the organs of the heart, the small intestine, but also the pericardium, which is the heart protector, and something called the triple burner, or sanjiao in Chinese medicine, which is basically responsible or helps regulate all the energy in the body. But let's focus on the heart, okay? Because the heart's important, and because the organ system of the heart goes along with fire, it's no wonder that fire has a lot to do with connecting to other people, with wanting that intimacy, with wanting relationships with people, with loving people, okay? But at the same time, fire can sometimes lack depth when out of balance maybe, or they may jump from relationship to relationship because they're always seeking, they're always trying to fill up that heart, that connection, that intimacy. So when I say that, you know, fire element is connected to certain organ systems of the body, it can manifest as certain things, either in excess or deficiency. So what I want to get into quickly is that you can have something called excess joy, and that can be an indication of the fire element out of balance. So it can show up as something like mania or hypersensitivity or anxiety or too much, too fast, too flighty. Because again, fire element has this playful side to it. It's about just being in the present moment, vitality, right? Think of summer. Everybody's outside, everybody's you know, gathering around, they're having barbecues, they're having fun, they're laughing, they're going to parties. That's what fire element is about. But out of balance, you can have too much of that, okay? And it can show up, like I said, panic, anxiety, mania. And then on the other hand, you can have deficient fire element within you. And that can show up as a sort of depression almost, feeling blasé in your life, okay? So there's certain indications that can come out that can really show you, okay, whether your fire element might be in balance or whether out of balance, whether you are embracing your fire element for all the positive attributes, which would be things like loving life, being able to make decisions like spontaneity and being able to just like be okay with that. Or are you on the deficient side where you feel like you can't connect to people, okay? Your heart feels very, very closed off. That could be pericardium issue, right? It's also connected to the fire, where you feel very guarded. Maybe you were hurt in the past emotionally and you walk around guarded, where either you have very superficial relationships in your life, either you're trying to control too much, you're obsessing or attaching to people and stuff too much, that sort of thing, okay? Number 4, the fire element shines through the eyes. So in Chinese medicine, fire and water have a special relationship, okay? Fire is associated with something called Shen, which is basically our connection to the universe, to the cosmos. And then water, we have something called Jing, okay, which is associated with it. And Jing is our essence. It's our inherited constitution, okay? It's what we inherit from our parents, genetics, stuff like that, okay? So we have this connection between fire and water, between our inherent constitution, what we're given at birth, but also this connection to something greater than us, more. So together, this makes us extraordinary human beings, right? And we live our life with this life force, which is also known as qi. But when I say that Shen, the fire element, shines through the eyes, okay? If you look into somebody's eyes, you can usually tell whether they're present with you, whether they're there, or whether they've left the building, okay? You can see this through clarity of the eyes. And this is basically like the light that shines through. You can really tell this. If somebody's very, very fiery, they will look at you directly. They will speak to you like it's just you and that person. They're not looking beyond you. They're not looking through you. They're not looking at you, but like somewhere else. You can tell. That is what I mean by fire shining through the eyes, okay? This is the Shen. This is our, basically our spirit shining through. So it's really cool stuff, okay? So fire element shines through the eyes. And number 5, you can bring out more of your fire element by actually hanging out with people who are more fiery than you. But just one word of caution with this. If you don't have strong fire element within you, then you have to watch a little bit because you can get drained. It can be too much for your system, okay? If you know somebody, say you're more of a water person or more of a metal, which is a little more introverted or a little more goes within, isolated, doesn't like to be around a lot of people all the time. If you're around a fire person or a wood person too much, it'll start to drain your energy. We call them energy vampire, okay? It's too much for your system. So you can hang out with a fire person or go to parties and be around them, and they will bring out some more of your fire, but just beware that there's limitations to it as well, okay? You have to put your boundaries up a little bit. You can also enhance your fire by eating bitter foods, because bitter is the flavor associated with fire. So think bitter coffee, dark chocolate, bitter greens, bitter melon. All these things can help enhance your fire a little bit, as well as wearing red, okay? I can tell I'm deficient in fire because I don't own any bright colors, okay? This is as bright red as I get, and it's not even red, it's like got purple in it, okay? Because purple is my favorite color, which is more like metal, which is strong for me. So you can tell, like, it's funny, you can tell what elements, a lot of times you could tell what elements are stronger in you and which ones are weaker just by your wardrobe and what colors are in your wardrobe. So if you have bright, flashy colors, cheetah print stuff, then you probably have strong fire in you. If you're like me and your whole wardrobe is black and blue and dark, then you probably got a lot of water in you, okay? So anyway, The last thing I wanted to mention is that in our society, a lot of people want to be more fiery, right? I'm guilty of this too, because fire is fun, it's playful. We all want to be that, not crazy, but crazy in the good kind of way. We all want to be that fun person, right? We want people to like us and be attracted to us. We want to have that magnetic personality. So a lot of times we will do things to try to bring out our fire, but it's actually a false fire. So what I mean by false fire is using aids like caffeine, drugs, doing risk-taking abilities, or trying to shock the heart. And a lot of times this can prove that we actually have a deficient in our fire element, okay? If we're using things like this to help bring it out of us. Alcohol, even though it's a sedative, at first it can be the social lubricant, right? It makes us feel more fiery, but this cannot be our true fire actually coming within, because we're using some sort of enhancement, okay? It's like using steroids. We're enhancing it, but not in a natural, healthy way per se, because it's gonna come back to bite us in the end. And it's not our original fire. It's not truly a fire. It's a drug, caffeine, right? I'm guilty of it too, because hey, it makes you feel better, it makes you feel more alive. And that's essentially what we're getting at, is we want to feel alive and present and vibrant. And that's one of the wonderful things about the fire element, is that there's this presence with it, this vitality, this fun-loving, summer fire energy that, that we all have. It's just a matter of maybe it's not as strong as we would like, or maybe it's, we just need to find activities that bring it out of us more, like play more with kids or pets, or anything that you can do to kind of bring that more playful side out will help, because you do have it in you, I promise you, and you don't need drugs to bring it out of you, because you just don't. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below. If you want to check out some of my other videos, I have a bunch on everything 5-element, so I'll put links to those below, and you could check out, 5-element personality types, to yin-yang, to in relationships, to a bunch of others on, the 5 elements in career and exercise and associations and all kinds of fun stuff. So check those out. Give me a like, subscribe if you haven't done so. I try to put out new videos every single week to 2 weeks for you. And other than that, have a great day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.